Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, good morning. So welcome to the international webinar, University for Environmental Sustainability. So we'll start just in a few moments to allow more people to join. So we just ask you kindly to be patient, 2 more minutes, and then we will start. Thank you so much. Okay, so we can start now. Again, good afternoon, good morning. So we would like to first welcome Dr. Mahmoud Al-Burai for officiating this event. And Dr. Mahmoud, he is the co-founder of the Middle East SDG Academy. He is the president of HAPC Emirates, and he is an assistant professor at the American University of Dubai. He is also senior advisor at the Real Estate Regulatory Agency of Abu Dhabi. So the floor is yours, Dr. Mahmoud.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wissam. So I'm actually based here in Dubai, and thanks for the introduction, Doctor. I would like first to thank you for all the great work you're doing for this region and for what you're doing on international level. And Doctor and everyone who's with us today, you appreciate how much we need such direction in nowadays world. We are living in a very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world where things are volatile, where things are risky. According to the World Economic Forum, the biggest 5 risks that we're going to face in the decade to come are environmental risk. And we know the price that we are paying for such risk. We've seen it in COVID time, and we just saw it recently in the earthquake that happened in Turkey and Syria. So our environment and the crisis and the disasters that are happening are an alarm, and also at the same time, wake-up call for all of us to work hard, to work smart, to connect the dots, to engage all the stakeholders in finding solutions and being prepared and being ready. So glad to be part of this, glad to be part of the Middle East SDGs Academy, and we're planning to do more and more. Thank you, Dr. Wissam, and wish you all the best.
Okay, Dr. Mahmoud, thank you so much for officiating this event. So now we move to the first speaker for today, Prof. Muhammad Noor Nabi. And Prof. Muhammad is a full professor and chair in accounting and AD to the president at Prince Sultan University. And Prof. Muhammad, he's chairing the Department of Accounting, and he's the director of the Center of Sustainability and the Climate Change at Prince Sultan University in Saudi Arabia. So, Prof. Muhammad, the floor is yours.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Wissam, and I'm very honored to be part of this event today. And good afternoon to you all from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Before I start anything, I think Dr. Mahmoud already said our thoughts and prayers to our colleagues, our friends, Turkey and Syrian people. One of the biggest shock and the impact of the climate change in the recent century. So I will share my presentation. Just 1 second. Can you see my screen, Dr. Wissam?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay.
But can you please put it? Okay, now it's clear.
Yes. So as Dr. Wissam already mentioned, somebody raised hand. Is it?
No, Prof. The question will be at the end of the session.
Okay. So I'm the director for Center for Sustainability and Climate at Prince Sultan University, and I'm also the senior member of St. Anthony's College, University of Oxford. And before I start, I will share who we are, a small video. Can you hear the sound, Dr. Wissam?
Not yet.
Let me check. I think, is there anyone using my slide from your side? Because somebody I can see is crossed out. Just 1 second.
We appreciate your kind cooperation to avoid any, disruption for the speakers.
Okay, so I will share my video, who we are, and then I will start the presentation. Approve, okay. Well, Dr. Wissam, I think somebody is using the screen from your side. You see, like, the camera and so on. Can you check? Like,
Sure, Prof. Because we only can see the slides.
okay. Do you want me? Can you see the slide now?
Yeah, the slide is clear.
Okay. So my agenda, I will discuss about the strategic vision on sustainable development goals and the Center for Sustainability and Climate, our students' engagement, the think tank and the global impact, and some of the strategic collaborative agenda. Since you all know the World Bank President, David Malpass, he mentioned helping countries bringing, people up in terms of their jobs and incomes, in terms of their overall living standards. That's the goal of the World Bank. And the Crown Prince and the Prime Minister and the Chairman of the Council of the Economic and Development Affairs, His Royal Highness Dr. Wassam, I think somebody using my slide from your side. Can you just stop that one?
Okay, Prof, let me try.
Yeah, because I think they're using the remote control, something like that.
Dr. Achib, are you there? Can you please, limit the capabilities of the participants? We ask your kind cooperation just to avoid, any. You don't try anything. You just listen for the talks, please.
Yes, okay. I'm trying for the third time. Okay, just 1 second. So, Dr. Wassam, you can see the screen now, right?
Yes, we can see it.
So the Crown Prince and the Prime Minister, the Chairman, Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz, as per the Saudi Vision 2030, mentioned the climate action will enhance competitiveness, spark innovation, and create millions of high-quality jobs. And as you all know, now the Saudi Green Initiative has been announced, and also the Middle East Green Initiative has been announced as well. And it's not only for the kingdom, but also for the world, demanding a cleaner, greener, and more inclusive future, and we owe it to them to deliver on this. If you see the Saudi female labor force by quarter, in by 30%, but we achieved 5 years, which is the highest in the world, the female participation in the job market by the World User Agenda for Saudi Arabia. 2016 launched the renewable energy. 2017, the National Renewable Energy Program. 2018, launching the National Environment Strategy, and then creation of the special process for environmental I think, Dr. Osam, my screen, somebody made it red.
I'm sorry, Prof. We are trying, because even we can't trace like who is doing that.
Okay. Can you see my screen now, right?
Yes, Prof.
Yeah. So 2020, let's make it green campaign. 2021, Middle East Green Initiative and Saudi Green Initiative. And this Please, I think since we all are professionals here, respect the
Yeah,
platform.
this is a problem. I like, I'm speechless. I can't say anything because at this level we are supposed to be quite
Yes,
mature.
absolutely, yes. So I think I can see the name Anna Lamas. Anna, can you please not do this?
Okay, I just remove them.
Yeah, okay, Prof. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So 2016, the Saudi launching of the King Salman Renewable Energy Initiative. There are many more initiatives came, and during the COVID, the 2021 Middle East Green Initiative Summit and Saudi Youth Green Initiative Summit, and most importantly, Saudi Green Initiative Forum was announced. And by 2060, Saudi announced to achieve the net zero carbon country. There is a misconception on the SDG and sustainability, the climate change, the environmental impact, and so on. Just to clarify that issue, it will not only benefit our society, our community, our future generation, it has an economic impact as well. You see the billions of dollar in terms of various industries, various sectors who can earn or can generate revenue on that. Mobility systems, 2020 billion by 2030. The healthcare solutions, energy, clean energy, affordable housing, urban infrastructure, building solutions, and others. So it's not only our environmental impact or the societal and the community impact, it has the economic value of complying or achieving the SDG for any country. So as a Center for Sustainability and Climate, our vision is to support the Saudi Arabian Vision 2030 and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals towards sustainability and climate justice by inspiring action, developing leadership, and building the networks. Of course, complying with the UN Climate Change Conference 2021, then the Egypt COP27, the Saudi Green Initiative, and Saudi Vision 2030. We are the first university in the country, official Race to Zero signatory, part of the United Nations Environmental Programme, and EAUC, the European Union Second Nature, and Race to Zero Universities and Colleges Network. Part of this, the accomplishment, so that was our place last year. This year, we became the first carbon neutral certified university in the MENA region. We are offsetting 5,000 tons of carbon. And this is one of the clear agenda we placed last year. This is our achievement this year. And we are making a 40 years strategic plan for us to be net zero carbon university by 2060. So this is our carbon neutral certified one. In addition, recently, the last week, we became among the 6 universities in Saudi Arabia to be rated QS 5-star. But most importantly, on the environmental impact category, we the first university in Saudi Arabia to be rated 5-star on the environmental impact by the QS ranking organization. From the impact ranking of the Times Higher Education, which is based on the Sustainable Development Goals, we are the 4th in Saudi. And most importantly, the SDG 17, we are the top 100 in the world. And SDG 8, we are top 93 in the world. So what we are doing strategically, we have 3 areas. We are focusing on the curricular, awareness and initiatives, research, policy dialogues, and impact. So in short form, we call the CAR, of course, the energy efficient car. Curricular side, we are focusing on the market-driven sustainability-related skills within the discipline. So somebody from the business, they're focusing on the environmental, social, and governance issues. Somebody from the architecture, the lead and other certification. So these skills-based curricular development within the discipline, and of course, these skills are being coming from the market-driven skills. So our agenda, our students, our graduates can have the competitive advantage. There is huge demand on the sustainability professionals in the market. So they will have the necessary skills on the sustainability, environment, and climate, and they can exercise these skills in the market as well. In terms of the awareness and initiatives, we are engaging our students or faculties and staffs in various campaigns, competition, and so on. And the research policy dialogues and impact, we are focusing on not the traditional research, what we call the impact study, and then bringing professionals, universities, ministries, the government agencies, United Nations, and so on, to discuss on the relevant and the important issues for the policymakers to decide what is beneficial for the community, the country, and the region. Dr. Osam, can you close Eric? His name is Eric. He's can you delete him? I think he's
Okay, bro.
apology from my side. I have okay. So this is the strategic plan. More specifically, we are focusing on the United Nations and the revised version of the strategic plan. They call 5P: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. So SDG 1 to 5, which is categorized as a people, SDG 6, 12 to 15 as a planet, and then the prosperity on the SDG 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. On the peace is SDG 16, and SDG 17, of course, the partnership. So this is one of the article, and this is the QR code, was published in the Times Higher Education, Prince Sultan University Sustainable Development Goals at the heart of its mission. So SDG and the sustainability agenda, we are strongly committed from the higher management and impacting locally and globally as well. Can you again close him, Eric? This is Dr. Osam, can you close Eric, please?
Yes, Prof, I'm trying. Dr. Achib, are you there?
Yeah, please stop screen first.
Can you reshare the screen, Prof?
Okay.
It's
Okay.
quite strange today.
Yeah. So, okay. And then we are the first university in Saudi to have a comprehensive SDG report. With our recent report on 2021 and 2022, you can have the QR code is there. You can see our very comprehensive report on 17 SDGs. Now, Ali Osmana, please let us continue our discussion.
This is quite weird.
Yes, I think we need to have a registration system, Dr. Wissam, because I think those who register and so on, you can have their information.
Yeah, we already have that.
So these people are
Yeah, I just remove again, please.
Okay, Prof.
okay. So this is our report for the last 2 years report as well. We have the very good global advisory board from the Harvard University, from the ministry, from different government agencies as well, from the United Nations, from the United Nations Environmental Program, from King Salman Relief Center. And this advisory board is helping us for our strategic direction of the center. Okay, and then we have the 3 categories: faculty sustainability ambassadors. We have 20 faculty sustainability ambassadors from various disciplines, from business, from law, from engineering. And then we have the student sustainability ambassadors from the student club. We have the sustainability fellows as well. So the role of the sustainability ambassadors is to develop the market-driven, skills-based sustainability curricula. The sustainability ambassadors, they are taking the lead on youth initiatives on SDG, and sustainability fellows, they are doing the impact study on various important issues. Wow. Okay, and then we have the student engagement. Part of the student engagement, what we have the SDG club, which is the first SDG club in Saudi. And we have more than 150 members, and they're working towards leading the sustainability agenda for youth community in Saudi Arabia. Wissam, I wish I can finish early because it's every second. Okay, and they're working on theory of change and impact, act on environment and climate, building the youth sustainable community, collaborate change and impacting the community. We have the strategic collaborators with the private sector, PepsiCo, T20 in Indonesia, the Higher Education Sustainability Initiative, UN Global Compact, Saudi Arabia, and the EAUC, the Alliance for Sustainability Leadership in Education. This is our agreement with the PepsiCo recently, and our first strategic partnership with the United Nations Global Compact Network in Saudi Arabia. This is our engagement with the UN Day, the 77th UN Day. In terms of the global think tank, we have 3 think tanks: Global SME Policy Network, Global Education Policy Network, and the GIFT Center. And our think tank partnership is the World Economic Forum, the Coparmex SME Finance Forum from the World Bank. We also impacting on the policy side on various committees, various studies, and the G20 Saudi, Civil Saudi Arabia 20 C20, the Civil 20, the think tank, and the Labor 20. We are also contributing to various policy briefs, and this year we contributed to TF3, governing climate target, energy transition, and environmental protection. We are also creating global health and well-being index, and the government of the UK supporting on that under the Global Education Policy Network. We have also collaboration with the Oxford, Cambridge, Manchester, Exeter, Kentucky, LafargeHolcim, the cement company, and then Universidad Politécnica de Cartagena. These are our policy paper. One of our policy paper also published in the London School of Economics during the COVID, and the Labor 20 on the impact of COVID-19 and the reality check of South Asian countries' policy responses on COVID-19. This is our signing agreement with the L20 and the G20 and the Saudi National Committee for Workers for Committee. And these are our white papers or the policy papers on from our think tank. We also bringing this kind of platform where we're discussing some important issues. For example, we discuss socioeconomic impact of COVID-19 on women, headed by the Labor 20 in Saudi Arabia. We also coordinating with the University at Buffalo at Global Education Policy Network. And then also the UNCTAD, United Nations on the SME, small medium enterprise policy side. I think what I can say, every second making the screen red, Dr. Wissam, so it's very difficult.
Yes, Prof. I think this is very. This is the first time.
Yes,
and technically, we are trying to, to limit the actions, but seems I'm not sure what is happening today.
Yeah. So we have our in-house journal where we also focusing a SDG corner in the journal, PSU Research Review, an international interdisciplinary journal published by the MRL, and it is also a Scopus indexed. And you can see in terms of our editorial members, more than 192 members in the editorial side. And the download is when you started 2016-17 or 7,300. Now the download is more than 249,000. You might say 250,000. And the faculty from Harvard and Oxford, they're also publishing in the journal. In terms of the societal impact, we have a unit called Financial Literacy for Women in Business. We are contributing to SDG 5. The women-led small and micro business. We are providing them the free consulting services. We have Zakat and Tax Clinic contributing to SDG 8, and of course the SDG Saudi Vision 2030. We advising the micro and small business in terms of Zakat, tax, VAT, various tax seminars, and the industry expert sessions. Also, we're bringing Saudi universities together to discuss on the important areas. One of the program, for example, accounting, we became the second private university in the world outside the United States to earn both WCSB business accounting accreditation. More than 60% are employed in the big 4 accounting firms, 100% employability. So it's a huge achievement for not only for us as a Prince Sultan University, but for Saudi as part of the SDG 4. And we recently completed a project with the market-driven curricula from the Ministry of Commerce and the SOCPA. And this project is recognized by the World Bank and the IFAC in 2020. We participated in Global SDG Congress hosted by the University of Glasgow. This is the QR code. It was very impactful what we are doing in Saudi and to share this experience in the global community. This is the true benefit of the SDG 17. In terms of the UN Day, we also being part of that discussion. This is our SDG club, and the values and understanding of SDG and its relation to Saudi Vision 2030. So what we are doing in terms of initiatives on a regular basis, we bring the speakers, engage our faculty, our staff, our students, and so on. This is the understanding SDG, and we brought the experts, discussed with the students, and what we said, we have to act now. And so anyone here would like to collaborate with us, we are very open on the research and the policy side, the ESG, the innovation, youth sustainability leadership, and the curricula on sustainability issues. And what I would like to conclude, without the support of the universities, the SDG is difficult to accomplish, because millions of kids are in the university. You can imagine they will be in the job market. How many people can come up listening? I will go for center together for a sustainable future. Thank you. If you have any questions or anything, please, I'm very happy to yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof, for the enlightening presentation, and we are sorry for the frequent disturbance. I think this is quite weird today. So I think now we move to the next presenter, Dr. Lalwa Rasiad. Dr. Lalwa, she's a lecturer at the Asia Pacific University of Technology and Innovation in Malaysia. So the floor is yours, Dr. Lalwa.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, Doctor, yes.
Is the slide okay?
Yes, we can see the slides.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and very good evening. Okay, my name is Lalwa Rasha and I'm based at the moment in Kuala Lumpur. I'm attached with Asia Pacific University of Technology and Innovations. I just recently joined them after coming back from UK. The assignment, I have my what you call a job assignment in the UK for last year. Then I came back in December and straight away joined APU. So at the moment I attach with SAF, School of Accounting and Finance, and basically my module is in finance. All right. Currently I'm teaching fintech, financial risk management, and etc. So today I would like to share with you, everybody, on the my 2 cents on what we can do in terms of enriching, I would say, sustainable investment and finance in the university or in the higher education institutions. So I'm going a little bit further from sustainability. I'm focused on the sustainable finance and investment. So basically the motive is the same as everybody. All right, the motive is the same, but basically what we do is basically literacy on the sustainability. All right, in the higher education, I think the best thing to do is in sustainable finance itself is basically on the literacy, on the awareness of why do people need to approach and why do people need to embrace sustainable investment and sustainable finance in their life, in their decision. Okay, to get the flow of my today's sharing is basically we will see who are the players behind the higher education initiative. Then we will go for the acceptance and awareness of I would say community surrounding on the sustainability investment and finance, and what can we do as higher education to enhance enriching and achieving the sustainable investment and finance literacy. And last but not least, what are the manifesto that we can gain together tonight. So basically, who are the players? I think there's a lot of players around for sustainability, But to focus on sustainability investment and finance, there are not that many. I will share you the facts, the statistic later on. So basically, this higher education, what we call this higher education initiative, I think it's from HESI, I think, Higher Education and Sustainability Initiative, done actually by this United Nations, I cannot remember, but in the support of all the United Nations habitats, from UNICEF to UNESCO to UNDP to there's lots of UN, all the UN habitat are basically supporting this HESI. So I think they already initiate this HESI in Rio 20 to 21, I think in Paris or in the Rio, something in 2015 or 2014, I cannot remember the exact date, but they came together and come out with this policy. The main target of HESI is basically for this target 4.0. 4.0 clearly stated that the knowledge and the skill on promoting sustainable development. But my personal opinion is not just this goal for 4.7, sorry, but also there's another one, goal 12, if I'm not mistaken, is sustainable consumption. That one also need to be addressed by higher education in fostering the sustainable communities. Okay, so we have a look at first with the one that I said earlier on the statistic on what is actually the sustainable investment. Okay. As you know, sustainable investment, well, as stated here in the what you call in my slides here, my sharing here, sustainable investment and finance actually consists 36 of asset under management. Okay, this is what people investing, company investing in the world at the moment consists. I think it's 2 years ago, 26%. This has been tremendously increased from a previous year, I think 1 decade before, 2010. It's even though we already, I mean, the sustainable investment in the terminology sustainable investment already been around since 18th centuries, but I think it only drastically, you can see the facts that it only drastically increased for the last 10 years, okay, with all these effort from UN and also SDG initiative. Yes, sustainable investment has increased tremendously to 36%, sorry, 36% of total asset under management in the world are from this sustainable investment. Knowing that this has impact quite a number of investors, I think the most important thing is we need higher education to assist on this as well, because everybody knows why we need to be sustainable. The world has changing, the climate has changed. In fact, the governance is quite unethical for the last 20 years. This authoritarian has taken over the democracies in several countries. So all these things need to be addressed, and I think sustainable investment and sustainable finance need to be together as well, okay, with this issue. So if you can see that mostly are from institutional investor, they have their own team in addressing and understanding and comprehend sustainable investment, but not to this retail investor, I would say, or this individual or us, the community. So I think the most important thing is the acceptance and the awareness. So the sharing that I will have here is on my research last year, to be honest. If you can have a look at the financial goal here on the green one. Okay, so basically everybody want, this is from 600 plus respondent, yeah. Everybody want to maximizing the financial return. If you can see on the sustainable financial goal, the below there is only consists 9.6% and 12.7%, avoiding ethical unacceptable activities and also contributing to social environment impact. So this low participant from retail investor or individual investor are actually alarming. It's something that myself are very disturbed with this. So I think the best thing to do is for us to grasp this attention from now rather than later. So yeah, I think this financial goal is quite an eye-opening for me, and I hope to the rest of the world. If you can see here, it's just this is the questions that has been asking on all these individual investor. And basically, if you want to take about the knowledge, there's a the mean, the rate here is 0 to 10. So 5.2, basically 6 is the median. So I think we have a low financial knowledge here, and also very high awareness. I would say there's a high awareness, but low knowledge, and there's a low willingness here. So this actually related to one another. So if we can address this all issue in within the higher education from the beginning, I think we will be able to address the issue further. Okay, and this is some of the strategies that I've been thinking the whole 2 days since Dr. Wissam already approached me. So this is something that I would love to share with you, some of my 2 cents on what are the strategies that higher education can take, all right, in enriching the sustainable investment and finance to be together with all this sustainable effort from the whole world, all right, from the climate change to all this waste management and etc. First thing first, I would say clarify the terminology. Can I just share this the recent example that I have? Okay, I'm at the moment I'm in Bali. All right, will attend a I would say workshop from Monday to Thursday next week, and the workshop is about Islamic Finance and Investment School. So when I told my colleague, this is a lecturer, yeah, when I told my colleague that I'm going for Islamic Finance and Investment workshop, they say, oh, now you are Islamic Finance scholar. So that shows that they don't understand the terminology of sustainable investment or sustainable finance. Not that I say they don't know, it's just they don't know that what are sustainable investment and finance is all about. So then not many people know that Islamic finance and Islamic investment are basically under the theme of faith-based investment under sustainable investment and finance. They don't know then they say, oh, now you are Islamic finance scholar. I was like, Islamic finance are part of sustainable investment or is sustainable finance. So I think first thing first, what we need to do is we need to clarify this terminology to everybody on what are sustainable investment and finance is all about. We have so many ways in segregating this sustainable investment, from, you could say, negative screening to impact investing to faith-based investment or faith-based value. Then we have what we call also positive screening. Lots of team on how to classify and how to segregate the sustainable investment. So higher education should play this first step in introducing what is, or in comprehend everybody what is basically sustainable investment and sustainable finance. It need to be clear, it need to be understand, because if we said, oh, do you want to well, definitely if we say let's invest in sustainable finance or sustainable investment, I would say first thing first in their mind is, oh, it must be expensive, it must be low return. That thing need to be clarified at first stage, right? There's a lots of research that shows that that is not the case. All right, sustainable investment, they have their own handsome return with a long-term effect and etc. So those research can be used as an example. Okay. The second thing that I would like to share with you is, and I would like to suggest is, for this sustainable investment and finance to be a bigger tent. All right, not just first the curriculum, not just for finance student, not just for investment student. I think this the module or the subject of sustainable investment and finance need to be in, okay, not just for like elective subject in the final year in the curriculum. Okay, perhaps we can make it as a compulsory paper, basic module in the beginning. That's what I mean, because at the moment I think it only have been put as an elective at the final year subject, and it still can be choose whether want to take this or to take that subject. So that is quite perhaps who learn it things that is a nice added value. Okay, this is a nice to add on into your I would say degree or transcript, but less that they know that basically learning that is a value added to themselves, to the community, and to the future as well. So that's one thing. Another thing is what I call here, I suggest is cross-sector. I think we need to embed the sustainable investment or sustainable finance subject, not just to finance students, but to other students like policy, environmental science, to student under like law, okay, law student, to financial engineering student. I think sustainable investment and finance are relevant to them as well. So basically, I think this is another thing that we as higher education, we can try to at least embed it, okay, the bigger time curriculum and cross-section. Another thing is what we call consistency in promoting public awareness, where this is what I said, like, okay, social media, fine. Okay, we can attract them in Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, depends on what generation you are targeting in. But not just that, we also need to be consistent, all right? Always keep reminding them, not just in the social media. I think the most important also from this printed media and also electronic media. We need to keep addressing the importance of involving and engaging in sustainable investment and sustainable finance. Another thing is what I would suggest is the system lens. Basically is we need to give them a real-time case study, real-time example. For example, like I think recently I shared with my financial risk student on the Western Union example in addressing the sustainable investment portfolio, how they embedded this sustainable investment portfolio and what does the effect, what it affect to the Western Union. There is inside my financial risk. So they, when they see the real case, they appreciate more, they understand more, and then it's a crystal clear to them what actually sustainable investment can, or sustainable finance can value add. All right. And I also say here more research on policy, and once you already do the research on policy, not just publish in the Scopus or Impact Journal, etc., not just that, but bring them to what you could the relevant people, the government, the agencies, the NGOs, to make this realize, the policy realize. I do have see so many papers that have a good policy or manifesto towards the recommendation there, but it just stop there. You know, I think we need to forward that policy to the relevant parties. Engaging with financial institution, financial advisor, government agencies, and NGO. We are not just go to the class, give it to the student, and then answer the exam question, and that's it. I think as academicians, we need to engage with the industry, find what are really, connect what the theory and the practical happen. We cannot do this if we are not engaging with the industry people. So basically, I think this is one of the most important things. I would like to share that APU will organize, School of Accounting and Finance will organize this National Financial Wellbeing Summit in March 20, on March 20th in APU. So this is another initiative that APU in the process of, collaborate with the industry. So that real life issue, that real life concern is basically can be, manifest together, can be shared together, and then perhaps at the end of the day we can draw some line where we should meet to, make sure that there is no more. Well, definitely there will be a more issue, but at least we can lessen the issue in financial literacy. That is one of the initiatives that APU doing. Last but not least, I think everybody dream to have this green campus. I know it's not easy to do it, but you can do it slowly. Take one step in the time. For example, try to go first paperless, and then I think when we want to talking about sustainable investment and finance, perhaps we can do like no cash. Yeah, no cash. We do online. We start with that first inside the campus. And what else? Perhaps pay fees online and etc. Those are the things that we start from a small step, and hopefully we can get this together. So moral of story from this, the strategies that I suggest here, I think there is only one way forward to this. All right, there's only one way forward, is basically strengthening the bridge between the academic and the industry. So basically, for me, the integration is the most important, not integration between academic industry. We cover each other. You are like industry are good in case study, academic are good in theory. Why don't we integrate together, meet in the middle, draw the bridge, and we cross together? I think that is the best thing that we can do as a higher education initiative. And I hope also the industry are open up for this actually. So with this bridge that we build and we can cross the bridge together, it will come up with a holistic sustainable investment and finance model. That model is very essential. That model is the GEMS, right? So this GEMS is important to create the better world. That's what I think every aspect of sustainable in the world objective is, to give the better world to our better generations. So that's it, Dr. Wissam. I think there's no disturb in my case. Thank you so much.
Okay, Dr. Alwa, thank you so much for your interesting sharing. And this is the to me, it's quite interesting, because this is a different aspect of sustainability. When you talk about, sustainable finance and green finance, which is crucial to make the sustainability as a more practice.
True.
So I think now
there's a lot of terminology that I would like to share, like greenwashing. People keep using it, impact investing, ESG, but I don't think so I have time today to share the terminology. But I do hope that we can meet again and talk about sustainable investment in that sense.
Yep. Okay, Doctor, thank you so much. So I think now we open the floor now for question and answers. Maybe we can take a few questions before we close the session. So sure, please, if you have any question, you can raise your hand, and then we'll give you the chance to speak, please.
Any questions? I think there's one. Shias would like.
Okay. So go ahead, please.
Hi, thank you for giving me an opportunity. So my question is, it's a general question. I have heard or I've seen images that Saudi Arabia and other Arabian countries with deserts are trying to greenify the desert, like trying to plant more trees and making it look like a forest. So how does that affect the natural fauna, and how does that affect the natural climates and animals and their migration?
I think that's for you, Prof.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the question is completed or not, so I was waiting. Right?
I think that's for you. Yeah.
Well, as you know, we have Saudi is part of the G20 country, and we created from the Saudi government, and Dr. Wissam is part of also the Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture. We recently announced the Saudi Green Initiative, Middle East Green Initiative, and part of this initiative, I think 10 billion trees by 2030. And of course, there is a regulation here, so they are complying with the relevant regulations and everything. And it's not only, you see my presentation, it's not only the environmental side, but it has the economic side as well. And Dr. Lalua also mentioned that one, the sustainable finance and investment. So I think it's a holistic ecosystem, we have regulations, we care about the environment, economy, our community, our society, locally and globally. And at the same time, it has an economic value as well, various sectors. For example, in the post-COVID era, some of the sectors are becoming very popular globally, healthcare sector, of course, the tech side, the agriculture itself, because now the food security and everything. So the Saudi, we are very proud to be part of this Vision 2030 here. And we strongly do believe the university, not only the university, in education side, give me an example. For example, in Saudi, we have around 35 million population, 35.4 million population here. 25% are in the education students. In the higher education side, around 1.62 million students in the higher education side. So see, the example of Saudi can be a very important example for any country. How many kids are in the education? How many students are in the higher education? And the higher education, we are pressing that one because they will be in the job market after that. So the things they're learning, they can exercise in their life, impact in their colleagues, in the market, and so on. So it has a various impact. So that's why I always believe that without the involvement of the higher education strongly in the SDG agenda, it is difficult to achieve the holistic SDG goals. And you all agree on that, regardless you are from the private sector, public sector, or the education. Yeah.
Well, thank you. So now, Mr. Shafiq. Mr. Shafiq, the floor is yours. Can you please ask?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much. Are you clear? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, first I'm interested in implementation of carbon neutral in university, because this sector will become a next generation for the future. So I would like to see furthermore about Prince University, how they are handling, how they conduct for carbon neutral, because I'm interested to apply in Malaysia.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Shafiq. What we are doing, as you know, after the Crown Prince announced to be net zero carbon country by 2060, and most of the countries, like within the G20, they target for 2050. I think the India, they targeted for by 2070. So we as a university, we are accomplishing or addressing the issue for Saudi Vision 2030, and also the countries in Saudi Arabia. So we play a part of UNEP and the
since the connection is not stable, I think.
Part of the, let me check with the, okay. Dr. Osam, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, now it's better.
Okay, so, sorry for the internet connection. So what we are saying, we played on last year, and this year we feel like we need to work on the plays. It's not we can do better. but what we are doing is more important than pledging, right? So we have a carbon management planning committee at the university. We working with some of the UN authorized companies based in the UK. And our initial assessment, we are a small private university. We are size in a small, but the impact is huge at PSU, in Saudi, because we are the first private university. So what we did, we initial assessment came out 5,000 tons of carbon we are producing every year. So how we are offsetting this carbon? We are investing in the carbon offsetting project, and it's a strategy plan, which is the first stage is 2030, the second stage 2040, 2050, and 2060, which is covering all kinds of emissions, type 1, type 2, and type 3. So this could be a very good role model, not only from Saudi side, but it's a model, how the university has investment and expensive. But the whole agenda for the sustainability, we cannot get the immediate outcome or the impact. It has a long-term benefit for us, for our immediate generation as well. So I think it needs a bold commitment from the management. And one more important aspect I want to highlight, wherever I go, wherever we discuss, people feel the SDG agenda is only a group of people on the SDG office at the university or in the organization. But you have to bring and engage from the, your security, your cleaners, everyone in the organization. And it has to, you will get the fruits of the benefits if you bring everyone together. Until and unless it is difficult to achieve, because we say together. Together means what? Everyone has to be part of the discussion, part of the planning, and so on. So when we did the carbon management planning, we are asking the security, so all kind of stakeholders involved, we were discussing with them. I think it's clear to you, Mr. Shafiq.
Okay, Prof. Thank you.
And if you
So
need
now
any additional help, let us know. I will be able to give you more support if your universities in Malaysia would like to implement that agenda.
Okay, Prof. So I think we move to the next question by Mr. Mandali. Please.
Hi. To the Dr. Lula.
Lalua. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Mandati.
Can you please go ahead?
I think you got a problem with the line.
Okay, so is there any other question from the audience before we conclude the session? I think just a reminder, I post a link in the chat box for claiming the certificate for this webinar. So can you please fill in the form, and then you will get the certificate of attendance for this webinar. And if there is any question before we close the session. Okay, I would like to thank the speakers for their contribution, great contribution. And I would like to also thank all the participants who shown interest and joined this session. And I think the discussion on this topic should be continued. And my idea is to create kind of a working group later on, focusing on this important topic, as mentioned by Prof. Noorul Nabi, about the role of university in achieving environmental sustainability. So to work together and collaborate on sharing, the the experiences and sharing the best practices that will contribute, because when we talk about the higher education and universities, these are the factors of the graduates for the future. And it is not only sharing knowledge and raising the awareness. These graduates will definitely deploy all these concepts and ideas that they learn in the university in the market later on, and that even can be a drive for them to get an opportunity currently where we are talking about finding innovative solutions for all the challenges in the environmental challenges, climate change, and all the sustainability issues. So I think we can take the last question from Sumira. Floor is yours. Can you please?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Alaikum salam.
My voice is audible to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Actually, my question is from all the, you can say, the senior lecturers who are sitting over here. As we are young scholars and currently working on green financing related to the environment and economy. So I would like to ask what are the, you can say, further scope for, you can say, research point of view I'm asking, that you are providing, like I'm, you can say, living in Pakistan. So I want to do my research work in abroad. So I'm searching for such countries where are giving good opportunities for us to work on the, you can say, sustainable development goals. So are there any such, you can say, opportunities for us to work with you?
Yes, we have, Sumera, if you go to our website, we www, I am just writing it down here, is just 1 second, psu.edu.sa/CSC. And I'm writing my email address as well. Please send me the information, what you want to do. We have a sustainability fellowship program from Saudi and internationally. And each of the sustainability fellows here, they have the profile, what particular SDG they are working on. And it's a very global nature of network. And what we are interested on, the impact study, I don't call the research, because the research, when you go to the community, they feel very hardcore research, right?
Yes,
so this kind of impact study, if you are interested, of course, you can talk to our colleagues, talk to us, send the email. We are here to help each other. We feel collectively, and I strongly do believe collectively working together, we can make a better world. We cannot do by
thank you so
ourselves.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So, thank you. So maybe we give the last chance to Mr. Mandali to try again.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, some network issue. So my question is what is the difference that we are bringing out with respect to the banking investments versus the financial institute investments? Is what exactly the collaboration for growing the SDGs between these two institutes? That's my question.
Okay, at the moment, can I take this? Yeah. Okay, at the moment, I think the hot issues or the hot concern at the moment is what we call finding out the taxonomy of financial sustainable finance taxonomy. I think as an academic, I think we are well averse of the taxonomy in our markings, in our assessing a student measurement. I think the financial institution at the moment is actually try to figure out the taxonomy, the right taxonomy that we can measure, because I think in everything that we do, we need to measure ourselves, the rate of successful, what are lacking. So the taxonomy is important. I went to a conference in Bank Negara Malaysia in, I think, late November, and they are extensively discussed on how to come up with a taxonomy for sustainable finance. So I think that's that is one thing that I think academicians can contribute to the industry in that sense. So I think we start from there first. Then I think along the way, there's lots of collaboration that educator, academician can do with the industry. I think they need us and we need them. So that this is a reciprocal kind of thing. So Mr. Madali, did I answer your question? One of the things that I can see is the taxonomy. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you. So I think the last question would be from Dr. Dina.
Okay.
Dr. Dina.
Hi, Doctor. Good evening, and good evening for everyone. Thank you, Dr. Wissam, for this conference and this valuable discussion. Do you hear my voice?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, yeah, actually my question is for Dr. Mahmoud, is about the Sustainability Center. Yeah, I would like to know, me from Jordan, we have many practices for sustainability. Maybe it's more about recycling and paperless work and so on. So I would like to ask about your university, what are the sustainability practices you do have and enable? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dina. We have many initiatives on the SDG, and I shared my link of our Center for Sustainability and Climate. You can see we have raised to zero initiative, recycling, zero waste, many initiatives are there. And now one of the initiative we are working carbon literacy project. And what we want to do to train the trainer for our student leader. And we call the Saudi Youth Sustainable Leadership Program. Some of our students also going to the US on the sustainability with the US Embassy in coordination with. So campus-wide, many initiatives are happening for our faculties, for our students, and we are also planning to bring many Saudi students in our campus as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Doctor.
So,
thank you
and
very
if
much.
you need more information, Dr. Dina, please send email or you see our website and everything. We'd be happy to share and collaborate as well.
Yeah, appreciate your kindness. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Dina.
Thank you so much. So I think we come to the end of this webinar. So I'm not sure if you are interested, to open the cameras and to have kind of a group photo, a virtual group photos, if that is possible. If not, we can just conclude the session, and definitely we'll see you again in the next events. So have nice times, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.